Hi, it's John Ruffle again. Welcome back to merry old United Kingdom, where in Scotland, in Glasgow, the COP24 talks are progressing. Now, first of all, as many of you know, if you've been watching my previous videos of COP26, you will know that I do not have a lot of time for much of what's happening there in Glasgow. I think it's part of a big conspiracy that's locked in with the World Economic Forum. It's locked in with Big Pharma, with COVID-19, and it's to do with a great reset where we're going to see our economies change. That's going to affect every one of us. And we're going to be seeing a whole change the power structure of the way the world operates. The big corporations taking on even more power, Big Pharma and so forth. And it's something that should concern us all. As usual, what happens is that the spiritual enemy, the unseen enemy, the forces of wickedness that are behind the scenes that never make themselves known, they are taking something that has got legitimacy, and that is that the planet is being harmed by human activity. And so they're taking something that has legitimacy, but then they're making the solution a solution that forwards their agenda, their demonically inspired agenda to, quote, save the planet, to save human life. In actuality, what's going to happen is going to destroy human life. It's going to destroy the planet if their plan would be allowed to succeed, which, my friends, I can tell you right now, it won't, because the Lord Jesus Christ is still the Lord. He will return and set things straight before things can come to a point of total destruction and chaos. But having said that, let's just give you a little bit of my own credentials, because I believe in renewable energy. I believe in solar energy. As I've told you before, I worked for a US government-sponsored project in designing and building a solar energy mobile home, which I was also commissioned with my friend Rich to film. And that was an exciting project back in the 1970s. And more recently, I've planted tens of thousands of trees as a tree planter out in the Pacific Northwest of the United States. So, you know, I've planted enough trees that if everybody planted the same number of trees as I have, the entire planet, the oceans would be full of trees. But having said that, I'm aware that there is a satanically inspired agenda to create a one world government and to rob us of our self-dignity and our ability to function as rational humans with a free heart and mind and soul, but to bring us into bondage and captivity, where the Christian faith is going to be outlawed. Make no mistake about it. Religion won't be, not initially anyway, but we're not talking about religion, we're talking about faith in Jesus Christ. Before I go too far in that direction, though, I want to bring you some really good news from Glasgow, surprisingly. And I would like to highlight and take my hat off to a 15-year-old schoolgirl, and her name is VINISHA Umashankar. VINISHA Umashankar. She's a 15-year-old Indian girl, and she has come up with something quite amazing in terms of solar technology. And I think she's rightfully at the Glasgow conference, and I think she gave a very, very good report here, which I'm going to play to you.
Deliver the whole message of our youth, being someone who wants our voices to be heard, and we want to tell the world leaders what they need to do to support us, because we are the future and we are part of it, and they really need to work towards making our world a better place. So that's the whole message I wanted to deliver on behalf of the world's youth. In India, we do not iron our clothes at home. I mean, there are a few homes which have electric irons, but the majority of people actually take their clothes and give it to a person who will iron it for them. And this ironing vendor, he uses charcoal-based irons. So it's like a steam iron where you pour water and that gets heated up. So in this case, it's charcoal and that gets burned. So the burning process produces heat. That's the way you iron it. Now this pollutes the air a lot, so I came up with the solar ironing cart, and it uses solar panels, produces electricity, it goes straight to the iron box, so nothing is wasted, no electricity is wasted. And if there is excess electricity, it goes to the battery, which can be used during the night or during the monsoon, so it's a very energy efficient way. It's just that we as youth, we are always somehow dependent on someone else in a higher authority. But right now we're just saying that we don't need your help when it comes to this, because we will lead even if you don't help us or refuse to, because we'll act even if you delay, and we'll create the future even if you're still in the past. This is a message I delivered in the speech, and it's really powerful, saying that we as youth were coming together now and we are creating our own support system, but it would be really good because we're inviting you to join us. We know you have the authority being a world leader, and it would be really great to have that as part of the community which is fighting the climate crisis.
Wow, what a great comment from VINISHA Umashanker, 15-year-old Indian girl who is younger than Greta Thunberg and has got grace about her and is actually doing something very positive in her own community, and something that hopefully will take off and be used elsewhere. So I'm looking forward to see where VINISHA goes and how her career takes off. I'm really encouraged by that, because regardless of what you think and what I think about climate change, here is an individual who's very articulate, very positive, very polite, but quite firmly saying, listen, we will do this thing. And she is making a positive contribution to her society. And I just take my hat off to you, VINISHA, if you're watching. God bless you. Thanks so much for watching today. I'm glad that on this day I can bring you some really good news on a human level. And I trust that in the process of time, if she hasn't already, VINISHA will come to a saving knowledge of Jesus Christ. And I'm sure she'll make a wonderful ambassador for the Lord. And she's already making massive difference in her community. So I 100% commend and endorse that. So thanks so much for watching today. I'm so happy to be able to bring you good news for a change on the global front. And it gives me hope that, in fact, we can, as a community, as a society, as world citizens, have positive influence. And of course, that goes without saying that I am a follower of Jesus Christ, and I do share the gospel of Jesus wherever I can. But I do applaud the youth that are getting up and being positive and actually doing things rather than just ranting and raving, which is something that unfortunately we saw yesterday with my clip. If you didn't see it, go to yesterday's video. I'm not going to repeat it here. So thanks so much for watching. This is John Ruffle. More to come, so stay tuned.